Change it to black. Change it to black. Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is here. It's black. And we are 8-0. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, baby. The 49ers came out. It was a long, hard fought game. I said fought game against the Arizona Cardinals, but we came out on top, man. The 49ers are 8-0, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, man. This is a lovely thing, man. I absolutely love it, man. Guys, all right, let me chill. Let me go through the formalities, okay? First of all, we're on YouTube right now. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on the notifications so you know when we go live for impromptu videos such as breaking news. If you are on Facebook and you're watching this, thank you very much. I'll get to you guys in a second. Make sure you guys check out the website. It is www.nothingbutniners.com. That is your one-stop shop for any and everything 49ers from us here at Nothing But Niners, okay? Make sure you guys check that out. Now, I flash my gear. Okay, this is what I do on game day. I got my visor over here. I strap it up around my head. I put the Velcro on. I bring you guys to shows. I want to see you guys in your game day attire. If you do that also, send us an email with your pictures. I want to see your car. I want to see your dogs. I want to see your kittens. I want to see your kids. I want to see you. Whatever it is that you do, you got a Victory Monday game shirt or something like that, send it to us an email, nbniners@nothingbutniners.com. That is the spot to be. Make sure you send it through. If you guys like the attire that we wear, if you guys like some of the Nothing But Niners original stuff, we have the Stone Cold Kittle. We have the Birth of a Dynasty, and we got more things coming to you soon. If you like that stuff, you can send the email to the same spot, nbniners@nothingbutniners.com. Check us out on our social media pages, Twitter and Snapchat. Those are Nothing But Nine ERS. Make sure you give us a follow on both of those, okay? And last but certainly not least, it's our Instagram and our Facebook pages, guys. Nothing But Niners, a Facebook vote. I told you I was getting back to you. I meant it, right? Nothing But Niners spelled all the way out with spaces in between. Make sure you hit us up. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Join the groups. 12,000 plus strong over there. We getting it in, man. That's the spot to be. It's a community online. Now, I'm done. I'm 49ers Mike _NFL. I got my man Nick here. He is 49er Faithful 365 all day, every day. What's up, baby? He's on mute and he don't even know it. He's so hyped. He don't even need y'all to hear him. He knows it already.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. And then we got my man Mike over here, NY to the Bay. What's up,
yeah, Mike? Buddy. 8-0. What's up, Faithful? What's good? What's up?
Let's go. And last, certainly not least, my man Tony, man. NJ Niner fan 499. What's going on, man?
We're 8-0. We are 8-0, but there's some things we need to speak about from these games.
You're not going to put a damper on my
Why are you bringing that negativity right off the bat?
There's no negativity. It's facts, Nick. If you watch the game, you'll see it.
He's coming in like a chainsaw with the buzzkill. Bam.
Negativity.
Can't even see his face. Can't even see his face with the negativity.
Listen, it's straight up. That was
buzzkill.
Can you guys hear that tweeting and stuff?
I just heard that.
It's some kind of chirp. It's probably your computer.
It is. I'm sorry. So I'm using my old computer, my original computer, not the backup, because I broke the back. Oh fuck! I broke the backup, and unfortunately, whatever key is stuck down on this laptop is doing some long press code, and it's like, do you want to accept or do you want to deny? And it sounds like R2D2. So I apologize for everybody over there. Hopefully it stops. I hit no, so we should be good. We're going to rock out. Now, guys, we're going to start with the positive. We're going to get to the negative, Tony, I promise you. The 49ers absolutely have things to work on, especially in the absence of my guy, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Guys, we got to talk about the positive, okay? And I'm going to kick this one off here, and you guys can all talk about it. I'm not going to say anything else except two words to you. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Thank you.
What's up?
Thank you. Those are my two words. Those are the two words of this game. Our quarterback stepped up when the defense wasn't bringing the heat, wasn't bringing all the drama and all that rain and everything. Jimmy G performed today. He was clutch. He was clutch. Tony, give me a negative about Jimmy G tonight.
There's no negative about that. The negative is with
Thank
the defense.
They can't be elite every night. So, the way of a championship team is every single unit brings it in certain games, right? We've seen it. We've seen it in different games different groups have stepped up. Tonight was Jimmy G. That was his moment. And he was by far the MVP of the game.
I agree.
By
100%.
far.
And Emmanuel Sanders.
Absolutely. What was your biggest concern with the defense, Tony?
I said this in the pregame, and I said this team has never faced an offense like this, okay? And if in order to succeed against an offense like this, you have to play strict, disciplined football. Stick to your assignments, nothing more, nothing less. You have to be in your spots, and you have to play discipline. If you don't, you will run into trouble, like you saw tonight. I was texting with Mike when they got the ball right before they scored the 88-yard touchdown. Mike's like, they ain't going down the field. I said, Mike, I'm telling you, they're going to go down the field. No. The defense with hands on their hips. This team has never experienced this. So how can you say they're going to blow them out? And this team, it's not going to happen. It's not. Our defensive front is aggressive. You cannot play aggressive versus a screen team, a screen-heavy team, or a read option team. You will take yourself out of the play, time in and time out. I'm not saying all game it happened because they came up big on some plays. There was a lot of pressure, but there was a play, and I hit Mike up. I said, Mike, I want you to, because he was on a delay compared to me. I said, I want you to watch how D Ford was rushing him, and then he broke down for a second and made Kyle react, either throw the ball or run the ball. Because I got news for you. If he didn't break down and just went full-fledged for him, Kyle would have spun out, and then there would have been – that was a third down play. He would have spun out of the pocket and made a throw downfield, and we would have been creamed because it's hard to cover for 2-3 seconds, never mind 5. So that's the issue here. And it's very concerning because now it's on film.
Let me ask you a very early question here. We play them in 2 weeks. Are we going to lose?
I hope not. I hope they make their adjustments. They got to make – the only thing that's working for us now that we faced him this week, okay? So now we're going to work – we have experience working with a mobile quarterback, okay? Because our 7 wins were versus non-mobile quarterbacks, except maybe one for Goff. But most of them were pocket quarterbacks. So now we beat them today, and then we're going to face Russell next week, and then we're going to come back to them after that. So this defense should be –
and then it's the Ravens.
And then Packers, then Ravens.
Yeah, but both of those are mobile quarterbacks. So we are coming up to what you think, based off of what you're saying, the hardest stretch of the schedule. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going into the hardest part of the schedule.
Okay. And I like this. I like this trap game mentality. I like that the Niners were caught off guard. I like that the Niners faced something they never faced before. I like that we had injuries and we overcame those injuries. We're going to get to those, I promise. But all that stuff counted against us. And here we are, still 8-0, still undefeated.
Yeah, baby.
Man,
you're 100% right.
We heard from Tony. Nick, what's up, brother? Break it down. Give me some love, man. What's up?
While I agree with Tony on some certain points, you could see the biggest difference in this team when Kwon Alexander went down. Defensively, missed tackles, just you could tell assignments weren't being done the right way. Fred Warner had a ton of missed tackles tonight. And that's people like somebody said to me, I think it was Tony saying, I just don't like Fred Warner. No, I've been calling what I see out by Fred Warner on tape. The dude has been putting himself in positions to not make tackles. Then when he does go to make tackles tonight, he was missing tackles. So it's not about liking him. I actually love Fred Warner. But the play of his this year, you've seen how much more difference his difference play tonight was without Kwon Alexander on the field. He feeds off of Kwon Alexander as well. And tonight, there was a ton of missed tackles on his behalf. There were a ton of where he just didn't fill the gap. He's allowing himself to get picked up by blockers, which really, really hurt us. Which really, really hurt us in the run game tonight on those quick screens as well. He would stop. Which angle is he going to take? Which angle is he going to take? And then he would end up going and doing things. But getting back to my point, this offense didn't start to move the football until Kwon Alexander came out. And that's the God's honest truth.
When did he come out?
I can't. No, that's not true. I can't let you.
When did he come out? Because he didn't come out the first drive.
Yeah.
No, the first drive. I'm not talking about the first drive.
Well, you said they moved right when he got out, and they moved the first drive of the game
for the second half. The second half,
but they were moving before that, also, Nick. They were
right.
Moving,
I think for me,
they weren't moving.
I don't.
They were moving as efficiently
right
all the way down the field.
Yeah,
until Kwon Alexander came out. Other than the first drive,
go ahead.
This defense has been that way all year on first drives with the scripted plays. All year they've been like that.
I was just gonna say, Kwon in or Kwon out, they've never faced an offense like this. So they have really no running game. What they do is it's a quick passing game that supplements the running game. They have no tight end. It's all quick screens. This defense has never faced anything like this, and I think that's why they had issues with it.
I don't know. We faced a lot of screens last weekend. It wasn't 4 wide receiver sets, but those plays tonight also, they weren't plays to where they were destroying us because of their offense. They were destroying us because we couldn't make the tackle at the first point of contact tonight.
Yeah, they had us spread. They had us spread out, and we were missing tackles over and over again. We haven't played that before.
Right, but I don't think it was because of a contribution to what the offense was, because we would get to the guy and miss a tackle at first point of contact tonight.
I don't think that's on Kwon, though, like him being out. It's a huge loss, don't get me wrong. But I don't think he's the reason why we were struggling that hard, honestly, in my opinion.
Let me hear from Tony really quick, because I saw Tony wanting to jump in. I'm going to give you guys a rebuttal, and then I'll go back to Nick, because I think Nick and I are on the same page, and I think Mike is going to explain it the way I wanted to explain it to Nick. So I think we're all right here in the same area. We're just saying different things. So go ahead, Tony. Let me see what you got to say.
I do agree with some of the tackle. There was some tackles that were issues, but our over-aggressive defensive line hung the middle level of our defense out to dry because they pinned their ears back and they did not play discipline versus the screen. They pinned their ears back, they ran upfield, and there they are. There's 3 linemen pulling downfield, and our defensive linemen are trying to chase this guy, and all he does is dink it right over their head, and you can't do nothing. So you got 4 guys out of the equation. Now you have 3 linemen barreling down on 2 linebackers and whoever's in the area. Your defense will not succeed playing that way. And that's where Mike said, this team has not seen this, and that's why they struggled today. Also, they were on the field a lot, and they were gassed. The tempo killed this team.
And even that I agree with. I do agree with Nick that when Kwon went down, it seemed like the game changed. It seemed like the game right up the middle for the short yardage. It was just lacking there. You could see that the heart was taken away from this team, and I didn't like that at all. And then to speak to what Mike and Tony were saying, they were moving the ball all game on us. Anytime they went quick, anytime they went that up tempo, the 49ers were out of this game. It seemed like they couldn't adjust, and it was because we were too aggressive on the front line. Those 4 defensive linemen, whoever they were, they rotated through a couple of guys when they could. Because they did that tempo thing, they didn't substitute, so we couldn't bring guys in and out. So whenever we could substitute, it didn't matter. It didn't matter who it was. They were over aggressive. They were overly aggressive, right? You're running yourself out of the play. The quarterback is here, the 4 linemen are here, and they were doing this, and that was it. They're gone. They're gone. Once they went past them, that was it. And so it was a lot of
over pursuing.
It was not only over pursuing, but not doing and trusting your job. It was a lot of, I got to make a play because the guys behind me might miss their assignments. We hear Belichick say the whole "do your job." That's his thing. Well, that's his mantra. That's his motto. Whatever you want to call it, do your job. We had a lot of guys trying to do the job of themselves and someone else tonight, especially on the front line, and that's what ended up costing them. And despite all of that, I'm sorry about the beat. Despite all of that, despite what Nick was saying with the whole, the Kwon Alexander going down. Despite that, despite the injuries, we were still able to overcome. This team has overcome adversity and injuries game in and game out all year long. And that is
That's
the
what
sign.
I'm saying.
That's not only the sign of a good team, that's the sign of a championship team. We
Yes.
are a good freaking team. Go ahead, Tony, and then I want Nick to respond. Go ahead.
But it wasn't the defense; it was Jimmy. And
Yes.
now this game
That's how I started this.
is
Don't
gonna,
forget that's
yeah,
how I
no,
started.
you're right. You're right. This game is going to silence everybody because all they kept saying is Jimmy never had to put the ball on the team on his back and say, "We got this." Guess what? He did it today. If it wasn't for
For a
Jimmy's
week.
play, I think we would have lost this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've all been saying, we've all been wondering and asking, we need an offensive game. We need an offensive game. We need an offensive game. Well, now we get it tonight, and now we're sitting here like, well, this is the way that we shouldn't have played defense. This is the way that we just weren't ready for this offense. Like, no, like we had some hiccups tonight. You could easily tell we had some hiccups tonight. You heard Richard Sherman. Tonight was not championship football by the defensive side of football. They need to clean it up. One, like I said earlier, I think the Kwon Alexander hit is a huge hit. Did Dre Greenlaw fill in well? Yes, he filled in well. But there were still a lot of mistakes. Emmanuel Mosley, he did not have a good game tonight. Did not have a good game.
I'm not trying to throw Sherman under the bus or anything like that. Where's my man Mike? Here he is. I'm not trying to throw Sherman under the bus or anything like that, but I think Mosley had a better night than Sherman. I'll put it out there.
I don't know.
The one play he had was bad.
There were a couple plays he had bad. The 17
One was a standout, but go ahead, Nick.
The 17-yard catch that turned into an 89-yard touchdown was a horrible play.
On who?
On Emmanuel Mosley.
Mosley. That was the standout there.
Mosley tried to undercut it and come back and get the football, and the throw was perfect.
There were 3 missed tackles on that play, bro.
I understand that, but I'm just saying on that one play, Emmanuel Mosley, instead of playing the defender, tried to play the football and jumped the route, and
he
it was
was
a bad
aggressive.
play on his part.
This is the same exact type of play that Richard Sherman praised him for last week.
He was aggressive. He was aggressive on 2 or 3 plays that he missed. He was a little too aggressive. He forced it and got past them.
Which is fine to be aggressive, but you got beat tonight because of it. And yes, there were 3 missed tackles other than that on there. Jimmy Ward couldn't track him down. Richard Sherman couldn't track him down. And I believe it was Tart was the other guy. I believe that's who the other guy was. Hell of a play by them. Drove the ball, turned a 17-yard catch into an 89-yard touchdown. Great play. But you also have to look at it as Emmanuel Mosley playing the football to allow the catch to happen instead of just playing the defender and taking the 17-yard catch. He literally played the football instead of the defender, or the offender, I guess you could say. But there was another one he jumped and allowed a catch. Then he missed a flat tackle in the flats. He came up to make a tackle and completely missed it. Ended up going for 12 yards. So there were some plays that he didn't. Overall, this defense did not play fundamental sound football tonight. I asked you guys earlier, and Tony touched on it. Is this aggressive front going to be a problem for us playing against a Kyler Murray or a running quarterback? And tonight it proved that it was. And you even saw there were times where we weren't rushing. Literally, D Ford and Nick Bosa were just dropping back and weren't even rushing at times. They literally both just dropped back a little bit. Why?
I don't know who's going to jump in, but I'll jump in. So, I want to say there's not a whole lot of offenses like this offense we played tonight. So, Arizona's 1. Seattle's kind of the same. But for the most part, we're going to have drop-back quarterbacks, right? They hit us quick. So there was no way that Bosa or Ford would get to the quarterbacks. So they were kind of playing back, right? So I think it took them a while to kind of adjust to the quick hitting, quick passing, because they had really no running game. And I'm a little worried about Seattle. I've always been worried about Seattle, to be honest. But are you guys worried about Seattle next week?
See,
You were.
that's the thing. Like, everybody keeps saying this offense, this offense. If it weren't for the missed tackles, that offense would have done nothing.
No.
Yeah. But that's what the offense is set up for. So it's set up for quick passes. It's set up for quick passes and making the offensive playmakers to make a play.
Everybody's shaking their heads. You really think that they would have gained as many yards on us with the non-missed tackles, with the quick screens that they were doing?
Absolutely.
I can guarantee you 10 times we missed tackles at the point of the attack on a screen pass. 10 times, at least.
No, they over pursued on most.
Continue going. How do you score points? Continue drives.
They over pursued on most of the downs. Period.
But okay, so that's not the offense. That's over pursuing on the defense.
Right. I'm with you.
The offense was allowing the defense to over pursue. They run screens. How do you stop a pass rush? How do you stop a stellar front four? You run the ball. B, you screen the shit out of them. That's how you stop them. You're not going to stop them with your 5 offensive linemen. Not that team. Absolutely not.
And that's the point, Nick. You're saying that they were.
But I'm agreeing with you on that.
So then, what we're trying to say is the missed tackles. Okay, yeah, there were some, but the problem is when you're freaking sending your 4 linemen up and they're going through untouched, they should be like, "Holy shit! Wait, why am I going free?" They should stop. They should maneuver and take out those linemen instead of getting the 3 offensive linemen to the linebackers. And who wins that match? So where does the missed tackles come into play? You're 5, 6, 7 yards downfield already.
Right. So Tony, you're right, and Nick, you're also right. Let me explain it to you guys. Let me bring you guys to a happy medium. It is the missed tackles, and it is the over pursuing of the defensive line. The strength of the 49ers defense right now has been our defensive line. We've been able to get our hands on quarterbacks, disrupt timing, and disrupt the run game, so on and so forth, right? But when we play an offense that is schematically allowing our defensive line to become so aggressive that they play themselves out of the play, right? Whether it's a missed tackle or not, it's a 7-yard gain, Nick. That's what you're missing. So what Tony's point is and what my point is that even if we didn't miss the tackles, we go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 3. We're already losing that battle. The missed tackles just made them get 8, get 9, get 12 on a play. So we were already playing from behind the sticks, and the hurry-up offense just allowed them to continue doing the same thing over and over and over. And that, I think that's what Tony's point. I could be wrong, but that's how
You're right.
Even if we got the tackle
at the snap, there were 5 yards in the hole already because the defensive line went right up the field.
Exactly. The defensive line was out of the play from the time they snapped the ball, and I think that's what Tony's point is.
Can I ask you 3 guys a question? How many teams run an offense like the offense we played tonight?
None.
How many teams will we play in the playoffs that we have to worry about that we play tonight? Go ahead.
None.
In the playoffs, 0. How many teams that we have to worry about? 2.
2. Which 2?
There are 2 teams on our schedule that will run an offense similar. It is the team that we played tonight. We got to play them again. And then the Ravens. The Ravens have an ability to turn the switch on. The Ravens can also do that. As far as who we're going to play in the playoffs, not until the Super Bowl, because the Cardinals ain't getting there, and neither are the Ravens. Well, maybe the Ravens, but those are the 2 teams. That's what I have on my thing. Go ahead.
You're right with Baltimore, but Baltimore also has the ability to go to a more power running where they can line up in an eye or they can line up in an offset backfield, where Arizona doesn't have that. Arizona doesn't have a tight end. Like we said numerously, they don't even have a fullback on the roster. So it's always shotgun. It's always single. It's either back to the right or the left, or it's 5 wide. And the 5 that you're facing are 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. So you're forcing your team to either line up in a nickel or a dime. They cannot play a base defense versus that front. They'll get smoked all day. And that's what I think Salah went wrong, because I've seen him in base numerous amounts of times in this game, and he tried to send pressure, and he got smoked.
Hey, I just want to know if we can take our victory shot. As far
That's
as
what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Tony. I swear to God on my son, I was waiting for Tony to finish because I wanted to say it. I didn't know if anybody else was drinking. I had a shot ready.
Where are
it's right here.
Fellas? Come
it's
on,
right
man.
here. I was waiting.
Grab your glasses, get your
All
cup.
right, whatever you got, water.
Let's go.
It's
Come on,
fellas, we've been through it all. Okay, let me speak. We've been through it all. 8-0. 8-0. Okay? Undefeated halfway through this season. Cheers. Niners, baby.
Salud.
Yeah, salute. Yeah, man. Wax on.
Priceless.
Wax on. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Nick, what's up, man? What's up? You shaking your head? No. What do you disagree with, bro? What's up, Nick? Come on, bro. Take yourself off mute. Habla conmigo. Come on, man. Talk to me, brother. What's up?
I just think that you guys are down on this defense too much tonight, and on their offense's balls tonight too much.
No, I
Being
think
dead honest.
Not I, but go
I'm
ahead.
being dead honest with y'all, man. Like, you're sitting here trying to tell me that missed tackles and sending – Tony's talking about the guys up front should have known that it was going to be a screen pass and drop back. No, that's not our game. They attack the fucking quarterback.
Nick,
that's their job.
That's where you're wrong, Nick.
Nick, wait. He's not. No, Tony, that's not fair. Nick's not.
No, that's where you're wrong.
He's not wrong.
How am I wrong?
Hear me out.
You want to stop your best part on this team
if you're a
rushing
defensive
quarterback
line
because you're afraid that somebody's going to –
I'm not going to talk.
when you see
Go ahead.
the screen.
Neither one of you are wrong. All right. Our defensive line, Nick, we've talked about it for 7 games this season. What's their mindset? It's play the run on the way to the quarterback. Do we agree on that? Can I get head nods? Tony, you agree? It's play the run on the way to the quarterback, right? The Cardinals used our aggressiveness against us. They allowed us to play the run on the way to the quarterback. Meanwhile, the quarterback and everybody else is stepping forward, and we have allowed the defensive line to play themselves out of the play. Now, Tony, please respond. Go.
Okay, let's stop this conversation because I'm going to prove everybody wrong right now. 2 weeks ago, listen, 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where Eric Armstead chased down that screen pass from behind. I'm going to tell you why he did it, because he didn't go flying after the quarterback. He sat his ass down because he felt that the linemen were letting him through easily, so he turned, found the running back, and he chased him down and caught him from behind. That is how you defend a screen-heavy team. You're not going to get to the quarterback. You're not. It is very hard. That play is designed to let all it is 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then you let them go. And then the 3 linemen go downfield. And meanwhile, here's the running back. Here's the running back sneaking out, and here's the quarterback. Right over your head, and there goes 20 yards down the field. Eric Armstead proved that is how you play a screen. Well, I forgot what team it was, but he caught that guy from behind and made the play. He played the screen the right way in that game.
But that's not what you said earlier. You said earlier, as soon as you see that they're not touched and they're going free to the quarterback, to just drop out.
And that's what Eric Armstead did.
All right. Well,
Why would you rush? Listen to me. Why would you rush 4 defensive linemen? Okay, pin your ears back, say, oh, shit, it's okay. They're letting me through. I'm going to get to him anyway. Why would you do that if you know it's a screen? As you're flying by, here comes the receiver, tight end, or the running back right behind you, and they're sitting right where you were. And the quarterback goes like that. And
because if you're playing your coverage, there's other guys that are covering them.
I'm talking about defensive linemen. You're pulling. I understand your coverage, but they got 4 guys out in a pass pattern, right? Okay, so now that occupies your secondary. Now your mid-level defense is going to play 2 linebackers, possibly 3, against 3 offensive linemen to make that stop in an open field. It's not going to work out good. Telling you, and that's why we got hurt today. That's why we struggled versus this team, because we never played a team like this.
But that's where I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. You got 4 offensive linemen, you got 4 defensive linemen. You're telling me to pull the 4 defensive linemen once they see that it's a pass and chase down. Fine.
No,
that's fine. But you have linebackers that are covering, you have corners that are covering who should be making the tackles. They didn't make the tackles tonight that they should have made at the point of attack.
Okay. You show me 2 linebackers that are going to take on 3 offensive linemen and make a tackle. Show it to me. You're not getting it. It's you're right. I'm not going to argue. You're right. You're 100% right.
I'm not arguing with you, Tony.
I'm not arguing either. I'm just telling you facts from a football aspect. And that's why when you teach a team, when you teach your defensive linemen, you teach them to sit their ass down if you feel that you're getting through easily, because it's a screen. And that's the design. They want you to fly upfield and open up that space behind you. So now there's the running back, 3 linemen versus your secondary and your linebackers. It's not going to be a good outcome.
Okay, and I understand all of that, but I'm still not understanding why we're giving all the credit to the offense when the defense was there to make tackles numerous times tonight and missed the tackle at the point of attack. At the point of attack, there were tons of missed tackles, and we're just crediting the offense because of what they did with screen passes. That's where I'm saying you guys are wrong. You're just giving credit. You're not downplaying the missed tackles to benefit their offense. Instead, we're just benefiting their offense and not saying that the defense that they just had a better game plan than us. That's not the case. The case was when we went to hit somebody, we missed tackles at the point of attack. That's where I'm trying to get to, and nobody's admitting to that. Everybody's just saying the offense did what they were supposed to do and had a better game plan, and we're not equipped to go against this offense. When technically we were equipped, but the problem was the first person who went to make the tackle couldn't make the tackle. So therefore, their offense continued to move along because we did not stop them before the first down.
I admitted it 3 times already, and I said that the person who was first in line to make the tackle
Yeah.
was second level, but we keep skipping that part. So let's move on. Let's keep it going for the sake of the show. We'll have plenty of time to review the film and revisit this point later on. Okay. My player of the game was Jimmy Garoppolo. I saw Mike nodding in agreement. Guys, we heard all week long how Jimmy Garoppolo could not carry a team. Let me change it.
Game manager.
Yep. They called my guy manager. They said that he couldn't carry a team. They said that Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't throw for 350 plus. They said that Mason Rudolph would be better in this offense. Mason effing Rudolph would be a better option. Talk your shit, Mike.
Put some respect on my boy Jimmy G's name. Straight up.
Sir.
Everybody in the comments, put some respect on my boy Jimmy G's name. All right?
Yes, sir.
So that's BS. That's straight BS.
Absolutely. Jimmy Garoppolo came out here and not only showed y'all he's an NFL quarterback, he showed y'all he's an NFL quarterback when it matters the most on third down. I don't have the numbers on third down efficiency, but I'll tell you this. I trust Jimmy Garoppolo to convert a third down more than I trust Robbie Gould to convert a kick. That's how I feel about the team right now.
For myself, I can't remember the last quarterback I feel more comfortable on third down than Jimmy G.
And not only third downs, third and long. Tell me Jimmy Garoppolo got a 3rd and 12, and I'm like, he got that, bro.
Dude, he's cool, calm, and collected every single time. Yeah, he might throw a bad pass once or twice a game, but you know what? He's cool, dude. Like I've seen Al Smith, I've seen Colin Kaepernick, I've seen them all. He does not lose it on third down and 15. You know what I mean? Like he's cool. Jimmy cool, baby. I don't know. That's my dude. That's my dude. People gotta put respect on his name. What about you, Nick? How do you feel?
Jimmy was throwing dimes tonight, man. Like I put on Twitter earlier in the evening, nobody can say anything about Jimmy Garoppolo and running this offense right now because there was a question asked to Emmanuel Sanders tonight, and it said, "How did you and Jimmy get on the same page already?" And he said, 1, it's a byproduct of Kyle Shanahan. 2, the energy that Jimmy Garoppolo brings. And 3, it was really easy. All I had to do was turn and the ball's in my lap.
There you go.
Those 3 things from a guy who's been here less than 2 weeks and had some really big catches tonight on some really big throws. The one that I can think of tonight, I mean, even though Kittle dropped it, Jimmy Garoppolo stood tall, was taking the hit, threw a dime to George Kittle. Just dropped it. Another one to Dante Pettis. Another stood in the pocket, rolled out just a little bit, stepped up. He did a ton of things tonight. Stepped up in the pocket, evaded traffic in the middle of the pocket, rolled out, stood there and took hits and stood there tall and poised. And, dude, all of his throws were pretty much on the money tonight. I think I seen one bad pass by him.
There's one.
Yeah, and I think that was on the second down or the one to Debo where Debo had to, dive out a little bit.
He forced it a little bit. Yeah, there's one. That's it. So,
bro, Jimmy Garoppolo was flat out on fire tonight. He was flat out on fire.
He should have 5 touchdowns.
More than 5. More than 5.
Well, at least 5.
Yep.
Because Debo should have dropped that one. So that would have been 5.
Debo dropped one. He gave one to Kittle that was called back also. Like this, he was. Oh my God, man! Like people are knocking my quarterback, and I don't appreciate it. It's got to stop.
I wanted him to get 5 because 5 is like a statement. You know what I mean? Most people don't get 5 touchdowns. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that one, the one he dropped, man, I was like, damn! I just wanted to get that for Jimmy. You know, there's been nothing but hate. I was watching ESPN today. It was like, is Jimmy G gonna be the reason why the 49ers can't win the Super Bowl? That was the headline. It was a straight headline. Yep. Is he gonna be the problem? Is he gonna be the one thing that stops them? And I'm like, I don't even want to say the words right now, but it got me frustrated, fellas. It got me really freaking frustrated. So,
hey Nick, how many drops do you think there were tonight? Just give me a rough number. Don't have to be exact. Just give me what you think.
I'd go with 3.
Mike, how many drops do you think there were tonight? When I say drops, I mean the receivers should have caught the ball. How many?
I would say 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Tony, what you think?
1 to Sanders. 1.
Oh, Debo is definitely 1.
Sanders, Debo.
I would say 4. Debo, Sanders, Kittle.
Yep. Give me 4.
And
Didn't Pettis have 1?
Kevin Coleman. No, he only had 1 catch for 21. He only did 1 target.
That check down that he should have ran for 5.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Devin Coleman definitely had a drop.
Jimmy Garoppolo had 9 total incompletions tonight. If you complete those 4 passes, forget the yards.
Right.
Forget the yards. I'm not talking about the yards.
Yeah.
You give him those 4 catches. Jimmy Garoppolo was 32 or 37 tonight for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, bro. I'm not the yards.
That's straight up like elite performance.
Come on.
You know what I mean? You get like 5 incompletions, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's the elite performance.
There was a drop touchdown. I'm not counting the yards. I'm not counting the touchdown. There was a drop down. There was a drop first down by Tevin Coleman. I'm not counting the yards and none of that stuff. He should have had 32 completed passes tonight. And when I say drop, it's not that somebody was draped all over these guys. There were balls in hands. Juggle the balls, bring them in, bro.
Dude,
come on.
Debo was by himself. He had space by himself. He should have dropped the ball. Okay? That was the most comfortable that Jimmy looked the whole season, period. He was completely in command of the offense. I mean, that's our quarterback, man. I feel comfortable with him. You want to doubt him, but I feel good. We've never had to force him to throw the ball, but he made the throws. 3rd down over the season, he's proved to make throws. So I feel comfortable with Jimmy.
You guys want to know something?
Talk your shit, Nick, and it better be good shit.
Do it.
No, it's not good.
Oh,
do you realize,
don't do it then.
do you realize how much that touchdown that Jeff Wilson got stuffed on and they called the timeout meant for us for this game?
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson went to run it on 4th and 1.
The 4th and 1 call where he got stuffed on the goal line.
Oh, yeah, that one that he didn't make it. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah,
That timeout.
that was huge. That was huge because we scored a touchdown afterwards. Yeah,
Right.
Not only about the touchdown, they burned it. They had to burn a timeout on that play.
right.
They burned a timeout there. They burned a timeout on the challenge. And then we ended up punching it back in. And if we only would have went for 3 there, at the end of the half, the game died.
Yeah.
Hey, 3 points. That's us last year. Okay,
Let me ask
we've
you.
learned from all that. Kyle was kind of going a little bit, with the brass, NUTZs, if you know what I mean. The 4th down, you don't care, or kind of, I don't want the field goal. I don't know if Mike feels me on this, but I mean, he was kind of, flexing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it.
Shanahan was absolutely smelling himself. He was taking some chances in the game. He was saying, you know what, my team is better than your team, and I respect it because on that run that Nick is talking about with Wilson, we would have got stuffed if it weren't for what is this dude's name? The coach
Kingsbury.
Queensbury.
Yeah. Big Queensbury.
I'm gonna call Kingsbury Queensbury. If it wasn't for
Yeah, definitely Queens.
If it wasn't for Queensbury calling a timeout, we'd have got stuffed right there on the goal line, right? But
that was luck.
He was like, nah, my guys are good. My guys are good. Yo, and you know what was crazy about that play? Tony was ahead of me. Tony said they called a timeout. And I said, what the hell is he talking about? And I'm watching the play. They snapped the ball. Before Jimmy turns around and hands it off, I heard a whistle blowing on the screen.
Yeah.
I was immediately pissed off. My mom was here. You guys saw, she's a bum-ass Cowboys fan. My mom was here, and I'm like, no, they called a timeout. They called a timeout. Give us a timeout. She was like, son, y'all called the play. You ran the play. You didn't execute. It's on you. Now, under normal circumstances, I would agree with my mom. We ran the play. It didn't work. The team that called the timeout should get the benefit of the doubt. I would normally agree with her. But she's a bum-ass Cowboys fan. No, sir. Wasn't happening over here. Give me my second chance at 4th down. They recall the play. Jimmy calls a pass play. He throws it to Sanders. Touchdown. It was Sanders. No, that was a Pettis play. Who was it?
No, it wasn't Pettis. I don't think
it was
Pettis.
a Michael Sanders pass play.
Yeah, it was Sanders.
Sanders, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Call the play to Sanders. Boom. Touchdown 49ers. We walk into halftime up 2 scores. Right?
Sanders is gonna be so clutch for us, dude. Like you've seen the first 2 games, it's only gonna get better, dude. Like he is clutch. Jimmy feels comfortable with him. You can tell the way he throws the ball. But what I was gonna say in response to all that is that in years past, we never had that luck with injuries, with bounce passes, with timeouts right before the plays. We've never had that luck. I don't want to call it too early, but we're getting that Seattle Seahawk luck, and I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right. I'm going to give it to Nick. I'm going to give it to Tony after this. Mike is absolutely right. The ball is oblong, and you don't know which way it's going to bounce. And far too many times in the last 5 years, we've been on the other side of the bounce. The Niners don't get the lucky bounce at all. Fumbles, fumble recoveries, interceptions, toe taps, all that stuff. The Niners have been on the wrong side of the ball. This year, it seems to be our year. And John Lynch was actually he was asked about this in a recent interview on KMBR. They said, there was a play in the last game. Who do we play? We play
Carolina.
It's Carolina.
Yeah. We played Carolina. There was a play where the refs had to review the play. The turnover went in favor of the 49ers, right? And John Lynch flat out said, normally or under normal circumstances, we did not get the call. But when that call happened, it was early in the game. It was first half. He was like, you know what? Maybe this is destined. Maybe this was for us to win it. We have not been on that side of the ball. Nick, I want you to talk about it and then take us into your point.
Before Nick and Tony goes, I felt that same way right when Kittle got hurt. I'm like, here we go. This is it. Our season's over. I had that whole – I had everything coming back to my brain. I'm like, we're done. That's it. Our best offensive player, we're done. But then in the next series, he came back. So go ahead, Nick.
Before we get into all that, I just want to touch base on some Kwon Alexander news. So Matt Mayoko said the 49ers have some level of optimism concerning linebacker Kwon Alexander's chest injury. It was not diagnosed immediately as a torn pec, which will be season-ending injury. He will undergo an MRI on Friday to determine the extent of the damage. He appears to have a good range of motion. Then Jennifer Lee Chan tweeted out and said, positive news is that Alexander was not wearing a sling and was moving around his locker area like normal. When I asked him how he was feeling, he said, legendary.
It's funny because didn't she throw out a tweet that had the opposite?
Well,
didn't she say something that was like season ending?
No, she said if it's a torn pec, it's season ending.
She threw it out there though.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just all pray for the best because he is the heartbeat. Like Nick, I wanted to say this earlier. You had a great point, Nick. He is the heart of the defense. Kwon Alexander is the heart. There's so many elements to it, but he is the energy. Every single mic'd up you see, every single interview you see, he's all in it, right? Am I wrong? He is the energy of the defense. So hopefully he only misses a couple games. But go ahead.
That was me that said Kwon Alexander is the one player on defense we cannot do without.
Oh, okay. I don't like to give you credit though. But go ahead.
I know, it's all good. It can only be one mic that shines, and I get it. I respect it.
Cool Mike. There's only one cool Mike, buddy. So
you didn't come in here saying that tonight when I said that this defense completely changed when we lost Kwon Alexander. You said
no.
That's what I was referring to. That's what I was referring to, but go ahead.
I was making a point that Tony was trying to make. I have said to you guys weeks ago that the one player that if they went down, this defense changes is Kwon Alexander. I said that on the record, on video. I don't have to argue for myself. It's on tape. I've said it already. So forget anything that you think I'm saying right now. I have said it. It's out there already. Kwon Alexander is a heartbeat of this defense. I've said that. But tonight, what Tony was talking about was the defensive line over pursuing and then being taken out of a play. Now all of a sudden it's 8 against 11. It's 7 against 11. That was Tony's point. And I was just trying to argue that because I saw what he was saying. That being said, forget it. Forget all of it. All right? Tony, tell me what you're thinking about what Mike said. Because this is very important going forward. We might not have Kwon Alexander for the next 4 weeks. 4. Kwon Alexander could legitimately be gone for 4 weeks. How does that change the 49ers? What does that do against guys like Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray again, and then Aaron Rodgers? What should we expect here? Talk to me, man.
Well, you're going to see Dre Greenlaw step in and take his spot, and then when they go base, you're going to see Nzocha come in and play the strong side linebacker out of the stacked linebackers. Listen, man, he created the hot boys. He's the one that breaks down the linebackers in the pregame. It could be set this defense back a little bit without him. But, I mean, I just think someone's going to have to step up. So far, every time someone went down, somebody stepped up. So that's the good thing that's going for us, the depth on this team. So, I mean, you just got to be positive and look forward to it and see what happens. He might not be out that long because, listen, man, you tear something, you know it. You're not moving your arm. You're not laughing. You know you tore something. It hurts. So for them to come out and say, well, he was in good spirits, laughing, giggling, he wasn't stabilized, his arm was free. Maybe he might miss a week. Maybe he might miss 2 weeks. But, we got a nice break here until our next Monday night game. So it is concerning if he's out a long time. I will say that. And his defense might take a step back with their speed and, the interior. But I think our defensive line needs to step it up even more than what they're doing now to make sure to get after the quarterback and stop the run.
Can I ask you guys one question? Which game do you want to win the most from here on out? Out of the remaining games, which game, if you had to choose one, would it be?
That's tough.
I know it's tough.
That's tough.
I know it's tough, but you have to think. With division games,
Seattle.
Yes, that's my answer.
My second one would be the Saints in the Dome.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be a huge statement. That's a huge statement. That puts us on the scene. Well, what about you, Mike? Who do you guys your number one team that you want to be for the remaining schedule with your dome and your hood?
I would go with Seattle in Seattle, but if that's the only game we're winning again, then it really doesn't have any meaning to it. So I'd probably go with the Saints in the Dome.
The Saints, besides divisional games, yeah, definitely. 100%, because that's the one game I'm most scared about in terms of losing, just because the atmosphere, the team, the Saints, overall, obviously, defense, offense, they're pretty good. But if Jimmy G can stand up against Drew Brees and the defense can beat the Saints defense, that puts us as Super Bowl, not only contenders, but legitimate Super Bowl factors, right? So, we're in it. So, that's the game for me, for sure, the Saints game. I want to beat beginning of the year, I always want to beat Seattle and Seattle. That's the default. Because I always want to beat Seattle, but now I want to beat the Saints.
Yo, Mike,
he fall asleep
over there, bro.
They might fall asleep because I was just trying to talk, hoping that he would wake up, but I think he might have fallen asleep.
I don't know what.
He's old. He's pretty old, so he might have passed out. Mike, yo, no, he's done.
No, I don't think he's passed out. Anyway,
all right.
We got 10 days to rest.
Yeah.
Do you think that this team gets back on track heading into Seattle or heading to play Seattle next week? What do we have to do to get back on track?
Well, let me ask you a question real quick, not to cut you off. Besides Kwon Alexander, was there any other injuries?
Just the Kittle one, but Kittle will be fine.
Okay. Kittle's gonna be fine in a week and a half because he's a monster. Okay, so assuming that we get at least Joe back, right? Staley back. Are we gonna get McGlinchey back too? Most likely. You think, or no?
You'll get Kittle definitely. Juszczyk's coming back.
Okay. Staley's gonna come back.
Yeah,
McGlinchey's probably questionable, right? Based on, yeah.
What is going on right here? What is this?
I don't know what Mike's doing. He's throwing off the whole podcast. I think we're gonna have to boo. I think we're gonna have to boo Mike off the podcast.
It's going me, fellas. It's going me. Listen.
You know what? You're gone. Goodbye. You're done.
I was caught slipping.
You're done. It was nice knowing you, but you're done.
I apologize, but this is what I
Deuces. Mike,
Garoppolo is
adios.
Garoppolo is QB number one. Emmanuel,
did you put the hood out and you froze?
Yo,
what happened?
Hold on. I had to call this dude to wake him up. Literally phone called him to wake him up. He was knocked out.
He was talking. He was all talkative, and then all of a sudden, It's
right.
like I wish I had a hood.
You gonna put me on blast?
You were froze.
Bro, the whole
What
crowd is saying,
happened?
Mike is out. Mike is passed out. And I'm like,
I
no,
was talking.
Boys, bro.
I was talking to you and nothing. Nothing. What's the last thing you remember, buddy?
Mike, hold on. The team was supposed to be on short rest, bro, not you.
Wait. Mike, do you remember them playing the game today, or did you miss it?
Wait, I missed the game already?
Yeah,
right?
dude, they played. You should probably watch it. It's pretty good.
Baby. 8-0.
Maybe you wouldn't know.
Look, man, you're trying to play me right now. Here's what I need to know, okay? The Niners came out victorious in tonight's game. This was probably, I won't say this was our best test. Let me ask you all this question, because this is important. If this game was on Sunday, do you think that it was as big of a test as it was tonight?
I don't. I'll speak first. I don't think it would have been as close as it was today if it was on a Sunday. I think they kind of caught us a little bit, with a short week, honestly, because the 49ers are the better team. And that's not because I'm a fan, it's just the truth. So if it was a Sunday, we probably would have won by another 7 or so points, in my opinion.
All right. What do you think, Nick and Tony? Let me give it to Tony, man. Tony, if this was a Sunday game, you think the 49ers are caught as off guard as this or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would say yeah. This is out of control. This really is.
Would they have slept as much as Mike just did, or more?
Nobody sleeps like me, bro.
You went straight grandpa. What happened? You didn't even like take a nap. You went straight grandpa. You were straight snoozing, dude.
I wake up at 5 in the morning. I wake up at 5.
You had the full hood on you, dude. You didn't even close your eyes. You put the hood.
My eyes
You were face down with the hood down. He's comatose. All right. Set a prayer for King Gab over there. But
yeah, you gotta check WhatsApp. Ali took a picture of you and said, yo, Mike, hit the snooze, bro.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You're good.
Look, you know what this all comes down to right now is whatever we had, the adversities that we went through tonight, whether it be the missed tackles, whether it be the offense giving us trouble, whether it be Salah not being able to adjust to different things. Look, there's the picture. We're still sitting here and we're all laughing and we're smiling because the Niners are 8-0, man.
That's right.
Season.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. Do you have confidence that our defense, or let's just say our coaches, will get us back on the right track going to play Seattle next week?
Man,
go ahead.
If it wasn't a short week, we'd rip a new a-hole in those Arizona Cardinals, bro. If it wasn't a short week, there would be no problem at all. At all. Seattle, we got 10 days to prepare for y'all.
We're
done. We're already done. We're resting. Right now, Seattle's preparing.
Yes, sir.
They're going out to play right now. We chilling. We watching everything.
Week and a half. Week and a half.
Exactly. Get out of here, bro. We got this, man.
The way I feel about it is every single week. These are my thoughts, okay? And the Whites of the Bay. You can follow me on Twitter, okay? My thoughts are every single week that we win in a different way, right? Everybody will admit to this. I can go week by week by week by week. We win by a different way. So I do feel comfortable because if Jimmy doesn't have it, the defense steps up. If the defense doesn't have it, Jimmy steps up. If Jimmy doesn't have it, the running game steps up. It's every week somebody else comes up big, right? Am I wrong? Somebody tell me I'm wrong because I swear to God, this is championship, right? This is a championship team because when somebody else is not having it, like the defense tonight, right? Nick said the defense doesn't have it tonight. Who stepped up? It wasn't even the running game because the running game was getting stuffed.
Yeah,
Devin Coleman was getting stuffed.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman. I wouldn't say the running game in general was getting
okay, but Tevin Coleman got stuffed up. So who stepped up?
Matt
Jimmy.
Breida.
No, but Jimmy did.
Oh yeah,
right.
Obviously,
but that's what I'm saying. Like they did. Like okay, all right, you got us tonight. You got us on the running game tonight, or you got us on the defense tonight, or you got us on the passing game. It's every single game. They let the first drive on offense and defense let it dictate, right? Every single game, the defense kind of slips, right? But we bounce back. Am I wrong?
No, hell no, you're not wrong, bro.
Am I wrong?
Nope.
Because this puts us at a championship contender spot.
It does, man. Look, we were tested finally. We were tested by a team that we couldn't prepare for. We couldn't prepare for this team. And everybody else out there, they want to laugh at you. They want to say, oh, Mike is drunk. Mike don't know what he's talking about. I see the comments popping up on the group chat. I got your back, Mike. I got your back, bro.
Thank you.
I got your back, man. Nick want to laugh and everything. He wants y'all to put up the BS comments on.
My niece is sending me snaps. Look, and watch what she zooms in and look.
I don't even care what your niece's snaps are, man.
Yeah. No, because Nick's laughing. Nick's laughing at me the whole time.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing.
Yeah, he thinks it's I'm a drunken mess, but I think I'm kind of. Yeah, I'm on point. But go ahead. I'll listen. Go ahead. I'll listen.
I'm not laughing at nobody. I'm laughing at the comments. I'm laughing at Mike falling asleep. I'm laughing at Tony dying laughing over there. Yo, I can't even look at Tony tonight.
Look at this one. Oh God. I can't.
You got Suge over there.
What's he talking about?
What is his issue right now? All right, guys. Well, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. So I don't know what you're talking about because I was off mute, not paying attention to you. So, all right. So I asked you the question, Tony. Tony, you didn't answer the question.
What's up?
Do you think this defense will come through next week and we'll be back on the same page as we were in weeks prior with Robert Saleh making some changes and going up against Russell Wilson at home? What are your thoughts?
I think so, but I mean, I would be a lot more confident if Kwon was playing. But I think so. I think they're gonna, not rip into him, but get them back on the page. Discipline, be where you're at. I think they'll be all right.
I mean, I think for me, if we get Staley and McGlinchey back, we're gonna have the running game back. So, I mean, we're gonna come for that ass. Excuse my language, but we're coming for that ass. Next week, this is the game I want. I want Seattle both times. I want to sweep Seattle because that means we're back. Period.
We got to do the first one first. One game at a time.
I know. I hear you. I got you.
One game at a time. The one question I have tonight is obviously the defense, where Kwon Alexander is going to be next week. It helps that we get 10 days of rest. Damn, we got to wait 10 more days again for Niner football. Good Lord. I mean,
you say that, but I'll tell you what. As a fantasy sport, fan, I'll sit back on Sunday. I'm cool, chill out. I'm good. We're 8-0, Nick.
Yeah,
we're 8-0.
I'm just saying.
I will sit on Sunday 8-0 like a mother freaking champ. Like I'm John Cena flexing. You know what I mean? I don't care.
You'll still miss Niner football. 10 days is a long time.
I gotcha. But at the same time, we're 8-0, dude. When's the last time you felt that? Because I've been a Niner fan since about 1988. So, I can't remember it. Straight up. I'm flexing. I'm talking. Every time I go to the gym, I show my phone off. I got the Niners stuff. I got my hoodie on. I got everything. I'm in New York. All right. I'm telling everybody I'm a Niner fan. So everybody this week, feel good. Faithful. Stand up. You know what I mean?
Mike, what are your thoughts? You're on mute.
He's with me. He feels the same way.
Take yourself off mute.
My man Mike is ripped right now, and I don't care. I like
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, because nothing you're saying is wrong, right? What's the Niners record right now?
8 and freaking 0.
8-0. 8
Freaking when I say freaking when I
8-0.
say freaking, it's capital. Every single letter is capital. We are the only undefeated team in the NFC. Straight up. I don't care. Patriots don't count. They're a cheat code. Okay? I'm not worried about that.
No, Nick.
We are in a great spot. Okay? Honestly, what do we have to win to make the playoffs? What, half the games? Right? I'm just saying, if we
win 2 more games, we make the playoffs, bro.
Well, if we win 2 games, it's 10, right?
Yes.
I want to win at least half. So that's 12 and 4.
Mike, yeah, 12 and 4 is half of the game, bro. We don't even need that. All you
I know.
I don't think if we win 2 more games, it's a guaranteed to make the playoffs because you got so many teams in the NFC that are. You got the Packers, you got the Saints. You're
bugging. You're bugging, Nick.
Well, if those 2 games we beat, like one Seattle, one the Rams, we should get it.
Why do you think I'm bugging, Mike?
I'll tell you why you're bugging. Because you're not looking at the rest of the schedules. You're not looking at everybody else. There's nobody else as close to 10 wins as we are. Nobody.
I know. Nick, how long have you been a 49er fan?
Since I was a baby.
Oh, perfect. Tony, how long have you been a 49er fan?
Since day one.
Okay. And Mike, I've talked to you long enough. I know it's been quite a damn long while. Okay? We get 11 wins, 12 wins. Man. I mean, that's easy, right? That's 2-3 wins more. We got this, fellas. I mean, it's time to kind of. I wanted to be conservative with it because I'm like, yeah, you know, we won 7 games, but you know,
I want to go back. I want to go back to this, Mike. I want to really ask you this question because 10 wins doesn't guarantee us a playoff spot. So I want to hear why you think this.
To me or to Mike? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you, Mike.
Not me.
That's why Mike. So yes, you, Mike.
Not. I think they have to win at least 11 games personally. But go ahead, Mike.
If you stop and review the NFC teams right now, there's 4 teams that are going to win the division, and then there's 2 teams after the division that are going to win the wild card. Okay, Tony's going.
Okay.
All right. Right now, the same.
Mike. At this point, not to cut you off. At this point, we're halfway through the season. You and Nick. Okay. I've been talking to you guys for years, right? What do you have us at the end of the season right now? Predict the rest of the season. Go.
Right.
Both of you. Yes.
Right now.
I'm not going to hold you to it. I don't have receipts. Just go for it as a fan. Go ahead.
To me, bro.
Now,
the Niners have 8 wins.
Yes.
The second place teams in any division have 6 wins, 4 wins, 6 wins, and 4 wins. That's it for the NFC. All right? I don't care about the AFC. That's it for the NFC. 6 and 4. Those are the only 2 amounts of wins right now. We, the 49ers, could lose 6 games going for the rest of our games. We're still getting a playoff spot. Nobody except us can stop us from making the playoffs. Nobody can stop us.
But what do you think? What do you think their final record is going to be right now? So I'm not going to hold you to it because things can change. But what do you think right now, October 31st, Halloween?
It's a fair
What
question.
do you think?
It's a fair question. So right now, here are the 49ers following opponents.
Okay, go ahead.
Seahawks, Cardinals, Packers, Ravens, Saints, Falcons, Rams, Seahawks. That's it. Those are all teams with a winning record except for the Falcons. Everybody else has a winning record, okay? What I think is this. If we split those following games, just give me 3 wins.
Mm-hmm.
We're already at 11 wins, bro.
Yeah,
right. We're good. We're good. Yeah.
Yes. Worst case scenario, my 49ers get 11 wins this season, bro. This is better than any season the Harbaugh era has ever had except one. That's it. I'll take it.
And go ahead. Look, I want to talk after, but go ahead.
There's no go ahead. I'm done.
No, what I want to say is, so I want to ask you a question. What's the worst case scenario? What do you think the worst case scenario would be with the 8 games? Both of you.
I'll answer, and then I want Nick to answer, then you take it.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, we get 2 more wins.
Okay.
That's 2 and
That's still 10 games. That's still 10 games.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then 8 games. Worst.
I got excited with 2 double digits wins. But go ahead. You got
worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
8 games. We win 2 games and we lose 6. That gives the Niners a 10-6 record. Nick, what's your thoughts?
I don't even know what to think right now. I don't think 10 wins guarantees us a playoff spot in our division. I don't think so. And secondly, I still think we can finish the season 12-4.
All right.
At best.
I think
at worst.
Not to cut you off, but for me, I think we'll get to 11-5. That's at worst.
What is wrong with you tonight, Dave? Like
who? What?
I'm talking to Mike's trying to talk.
No, I'm on mute.
I was trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly. It's on NY to talk. My time is over.
I was trying to talk, but I'm just saying that we need to get to that. We need to get 3 more wins. We need to get to 11 wins to get a guaranteed playoff spot, right? Would you guys agree? Because, like Nick, you said, 10's not guaranteed, right?
Right. I think
we need to get 11 wins.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
I think 2 wins is a wild card. 3 wins put you in race for a divisional.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That gives 11.
So I think we're going to dominate the Cardinals when we play them at home. That's going to be a dominant game. Like, I feel like Bosa's going to get like 4 or 5 sacks, like some crazy ass game. I feel like we're going to split Seattle. We're going to lose against probably Seattle in Seattle. As long as I wish we could beat them in Seattle, but it's probably not going to happen. But against LA, against Arizona, against Baltimore, this team, we keep winning. Every single time I feel like S, right? I don't want to swear. Every single time I'm sitting there. I've been a fan, okay? Dear faithful, I've been a fan since 1988, 89, okay? Pretty much my whole life, since I was about 4 years old. Every single time I'm like, we're going to lose. Like tonight. This team, man,
All right, so
they find a way to win.
all right.
So, go ahead.
So look, it was a good win tonight. We're 8-0. I can't wait to bring you another show. And yeah. So let's get up out of here. 8-0, baby. Feels good.
Yeah, boy.
Feels good. And above all else, guys, stay faithful. We out of here. 8-0, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, boy. Niners.